Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine. Today, we are going to have a special guest, Bill Kirby. He is in his last week of formal Speak Out therapy, and he came up to me during singing group last week and shared some information about what his voice was like before Speak Out and how quickly it improved. And I just think you will be inspired by him. And so after we do the counting, I'm going to bring him in to share his story, and then he'll help us do the reading and the cognitive and bonus reading. Let's all take a sip of water. Our topic today is September, and y'all know, those of you that have been practicing with me, Julie and Elizabeth, need a good photo of me to put on the recording. So let's all smile with intent, actually, before we get our water. Smile with intent and say September. Ready? September. And we always smile with intent so they can get that clip. Now, water. It's really silly to be smiling like that, but people with Parkinson's really need to be intentional when they smile. So it's a good way to practice. We're going to whip through these exercises because I'm anxious for you to hear from Bill. So let's start with the warm-up, the may, me, my, mo, moo. I want you to lift your voice and project. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. High energy, lots of intent. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Try to connect the sounds. We don't want them to be separated, so we don't want may, me, my. Let's connect them and speak out. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Projecting our voices forward. We're not yelling, we're projecting our voice. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. And one more. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. And I did want to remind everybody that we were going to upload photos of beautiful flowers. If you have some flowers in your garden, you'd like to share them with all of us online, then you can upload those into the chat all this week. Don't worry about doing it right now, but all this week during the session, let's share those photos with one another. If you are not practicing with us online on our website, you're missing out with the chat. Even if you don't want to chat while you do these exercises, it's really neat to see the pictures and the comments coming up. All you have to do is go to parkinsonvoiceproject.org. On our online speech exercises page, you'll see the chat. It'll say type in your nickname. Just type in your name and where you're from. So I would put Samantha from Dallas. And then once you do that, you will be able to see the chat even if you don't want to actually chat yourself. Let's move on to Speak Out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide, okay? The sound should be ah, not o, e, anything, ah, and speak out. Project it over your computer. Ready? Ah. hold it for about 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and do it again. Ready? The sound should be clear and consistent. We are not trailing off. If it starts to sound raspy, if you start to run out of air, cut it. I would much rather have a shorter ah than one that doesn't sound very good. All right, let's do another one. Good. Let's do a shorter one with intent. And one more. Speak out. Project your ah forward. Ready? We're exercising the muscles we use for speaking and swallowing. Let's all take a sip of water with intent. That means think about it. Be purposeful and deliberate. When you are intentional, you are activating a motor system that is not as dependent on dopamine. And that is why, in my opinion, I had to say that with intent. In my opinion, intent is the most important word for anybody with Parkinson's and their families. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah and hold on to it for just a second. Kind of listen to that ah, and then you start gliding. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Make sure to stop at the top and to stay strong at the end. Let's do it again. The tendency is to close the mouth on the way down, okay? We do not want that. Stay confident. Let's do it again. Stop. You can do it, but you cannot be shy about these. Okay, you just need to let it all out. Let's do it again. I notice on the way down, I purposefully have to open my mouth wider, or maybe it feels like I'm opening it wider, but I'm not. But the tendency is to close it, so I have to make sure I keep it like that. Let's start high and then glide down. Ready? One more, then we're done with these. Start high. Good. Let's all take a sip of water. I hope all of you are working one-on-one with a Speak Out provider. That is a speech-language pathologist who has been trained in our Speak Out therapy program. And these exercises not only are helping you to establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out home practice routine, But if you're new to the program, hopefully they're helping you to learn those exercises faster and learn how to do them accurately. We're moving on to the counting, and then Bill Kirby will be joining us to share his inspirational story. I just know that it's going to motivate a lot of you who have been thinking about finding a Speak Out provider but haven't done it yet. Let's do the counting. Lift the numbers, project them forward, stop at the end of each row. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Every word with intent. We're speaking out. Let's start with 12 and go backwards. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, one more time. Start at 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very good. Now Bill Kirby is coming in to join me. I'm going to scoot over a little bit so he can come on in.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I am really happy that you're here. And you are in week 4 of the Speak Out Therapy program. So you've been working one-on-one with Leslie from our office. Is that right, Leslie?
Yes, Leslie.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. First of all, tell us a little bit about your background and how you used your voice, or how you use your voice. Go ahead.
Well, I'm a Methodist minister, and ministers like to sing, and ministers like to talk loud, especially as the crowd grows. Mm-hmm. And so I have a history of being as a preacher, and the thing that happened to me was that my voice, my throat became very tight, and I could no longer sing.
When you say you could no longer sing, what would happen when you would try?
Nothing. I could not even hold a tune. I couldn't make a tune. I could not sing, and that was my first symptom, plus the tightness of the throat.
Mm-hmm. All right. So how did you find out about Speak Out? Was it your doctor?
My doctor referred me to Speak Out.
Okay.
She picked it up, the voice, and I had not told her about my symptom, and she picked it up and said, I think you need to go to Speak Out.
Now that's interesting. You didn't tell your doctor about it. How do you think she picked it up if your main symptom that you noticed was singing? You weren't singing in the doctor's office.
That is correct. It was at the end of our session. Mm-hmm. She rolled her chair over to me and said, I think you need to have a speech therapy.
Interesting.
She absolutely picked it up. There was no hint. I hadn't said anything about it. And whatever I was doing, she got it.
All right. So it must have been affecting your conversational speech, although the singing is what bothered you the most.
Yes, but conversational was terrible. I just didn't know it at the time.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, there's that sensory deficit that, next week on Tuesday, we have our Learn About Parkinson's webinar, and I hope that all of you out there, if you have not attended it yet, you will come and learn, and then we'll talk about that sensory deficit where your voice feels to you a certain way than it sounds to everybody else. But tell us, Bill, about Speak Out. You started the exercises. You were working with a speech pathologist twice a week, right?
Yes.
And then doing the exercises twice a day, every day.
That is correct. And your show is the one in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you do that for
and
one.
then in the afternoon, I do the one out of the something out of the book.
Oh, don't let it trail off, Bill.
I do something about the book.
Right, we're not going to trail off.
You just keep reminding me. The plus about this organization, folks, is that these people gently teach you how to talk.
That's a nice way of saying. I've never heard anybody refer to my encouragement as gentle.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how long did it take for you to notice an improvement, and what have you noticed? You're in week 4 right now.
I'm in week 4, and there were two things I'll tell you quickly. I woke up 7 days after I started this program, and I had no more throat tightness, and I could sing. And that was strange to me. What is happening? But within 1 week of being with Leslie, the 2 major symptoms went away.
And how much are you being paid to say that right now?
My gratitude to this company, and that is my gift.
Okay, so you're not being paid, right?
No,
That's good.
I am not being paid. It's just truly volunteer.
Yeah, and do you understand why the tightness, because I bet a lot of people practicing online have the same, do you understand why it felt tight?
I've been taught by Leslie that the voice, the vocal cords shrink, and that by doing what we're doing, we are stretching them again. But I don't know that that's technically correct.
Yeah, so what is probably happening is that the muscles we use for breath supportive speech are not moving as they should. Parkinson's wants to make everything move small. So because you're not taking deeper breaths, you're compensating by trying to push out here. As you do the exercises, and we do the ahs and all that, now you're bringing everything back down to diaphragmatic breathing, even though we don't talk about it, and you started breathing the right way, and then the voice came out. Would you like to do some reading with us?
Yes, may I tell you one more
Yes.
quick story?
Of course.
Yesterday, I bumped into a group of 3 men leading some women and men in gospel singing. Okay. I joined them, and it was the same shock. I can now really sing.
If we had more time right now,
Go
I
for
would
it.
have you sing.
No.
I want you to sing.
But I
That's
just want you to
good.
know that I have increased my ability in 3 weeks.
And I will tell you that it will keep getting better. It really will. That is the one thing about Parkinson's. The more you work on it, the better it gets. And that's really what makes Parkinson's different from many other neurological conditions. If you put the work in, you will see the results. Let's do the reading together.
Okay.
So it's all about September today. So let me have you read this, and everybody will read with you. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Bill.
September begins with Labor Day weekend.
Ooh, I love how you stretch that out. Everybody read with Bill. Next one.
There is Grandparents' Day this month.
Are you a grandparent?
Yes.
You are. Okay.
I am.
Everybody else answer the question. Are you a grandparent? Say it with intent. Let's read the next one, Bill.
September 16th is Mexican Independence Day.
I really like how you're stretching out the highlighted words. Let's everybody read this next one together.
Sometimes Jewish high holidays are in September.
I like it. Next one together. Ready?
On September 11th, we remember and reflect.
I love how you are saying every single word with intent. We're going to ask some questions. So I want everybody to answer first, and then we'll hear an answer from Bill. Some ways that you celebrated, maybe yesterday, celebrated Labor Day. Everybody answer with intent and use a voice as good as Bill's. Ready? All right, Bill, one way that people can celebrate Labor Day.
We can have a group get together and enjoy food and camaraderie on this special day.
Yes, in Dallas, we're not having a picnic in 100-degree weather.
That is correct. I did not go outside.
Let's say these together, these 3 ideas that Lisa came up with. Ready?
Cookouts, travel, relax.
The next one, everybody, is sports play during September. Say each one with intent, and then I'll have Bill name one. All right, Bill.
Football.
Football. Yes, let's read it together.
Soccer, football, baseball.
And the last one, places with cooler temperatures in September. Everybody think of some places anywhere in the world with intent. Go ahead and say them. And Bill, name a place.
Colorado or New Mexico.
Sounds good. Let's read these together. Ready?
Michigan, Maine, Ontario.
Very good. Now, we're running out of time, but people get mad if we don't do Dr. Boone's words. So we're going to do those first. And then I encourage all of you to download today's reading material. There is a poem about September that you can work on to build strength and endurance. Let's do these together, Bill. Can you see those okay?
I can see.
Look up here.
Oh, okay.
Do you see them? Ready?
Gula, gung, ga, ga.
Again.
Gula, gung, ga, ga.
Your voice is amazing. I think it's incredible. Ready?
Ku, ka, mun, gu, ka. Ku, ka, mun, ga, ka.
And 2 more, then we're all done. Everybody ready with intent?
Gangala. Gangala.
Now, one thing, when you say gangla, make sure you're not pushing, so we're lifting. So it's gangla. Ready?
Gangla.
Do y'all hear the difference? Everybody online, not pushing, but projecting out. One more time, listen. Gangla. Ready?
Gangla.
Always speaking out. The last one is kukla. Ready?
Kukla. Kukla.
Bill, thank you so much for coming. I think you're doing an amazing job. And you will still see progress. And it usually takes, honestly, everybody, you need to know this. It usually takes 6 months to 2 years to really get used to using intent. I think, Bill, of course, I think you're an overachiever, so you're picking up on it faster. But, Bill, don't be discouraged if sometimes it doesn't come out, because it really does. I mean, this is a whole shift, learning to activate the intentional motor system.
I would like to encourage everybody out here to come to this program.
Yes. Yeah. Find a Speak Out provider. I'm going to end the session, and you'll see the link where to find a Speak Out provider. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.